So was this progress or not?
Well, to be honest, I had low expectations, and still they were disappointed. I thought there would be what I called a mini deal, where we got more specificity about the agricultural purchases that China will resume. I think in return, China wants the U.S. to ease up on the sanctions on Huawei. So I thought they could get the details down for that mini agreement. It sounds like they didn't. The White House is not really releasing any specifics, though the White House is saying that China has agreed in general to resume the agricultural purchases. And as you said, the main thing is after a short meeting, they agreed to reconvene in September. So no one feels any great urgency about reaching a deal here.
Well, that's the question about the sense of urgency. Let's look at it from the Chinese side first. And we had PMIs, manufacturing PMIs out overnight, still below 50, which is contraction, not expanding, up a bit from where they had been, but still below 50. Does President Xi feel pressure from that at all?
I don't think so. As you say, the manufacturing PMI ticked up a little bit, still below 50, but it's stabilized, it's rising. The services PMI is still well above 50. Their economy grew at 6.2% in the second quarter, so they're growing about 3 times faster than the United States. So I think the storyline that their economy is in terrible shape, that's really exaggerated. There certainly are some concerns there. But I think President Xi feels he's got the domestic tools he needs to deal with that. So I don't see the Chinese feel any great urgency to make a deal.
One of the things that was different about these negotiations was the negotiating team for the Chinese. They added somebody, their commerce minister, who is thought to be something of a hardliner or a hawk. We talked with Michael Pillsbury at the Hudson Institute yesterday, and he said actually that might be a good sign. This is what he said.
Now that the Chinese team has got some real hawks on it, we have a better chance of coming to a deal that will stick and that will work without violation or cheating.
So is that right, David? Do you read it the same way? This is good news because that sort of protects President Xi's right flank, as it were?
I see it cutting both ways. So Zhongshan, the Minister of Commerce, he's certainly a staunch defender of China's trade rights. I don't see him signing up to anything that gives away a lot from the Chinese side. But I think Michael Pillsbury is correct that if the two sides can reach a practical compromise, Minister Zhongshan is in a good position to sell that to the Politburo. I still think Liu He, who's the deputy prime minister who's responsible for all this, he still has a huge influence in China. Certainly the two of them could sell it if there's a practical compromise.